what the scriptures tell us and what are our experiences. They seem to be so contradictory that it is very difficult to even accept, forget about experiencing. Therefore, when it was told that there is but one absolute reality, non-dual, and all else is just an appearance, doesn't exist. Therefore, how this is possible? This was a question raised. And then, in reply to that, the teacher started telling that yes, your question is very good and you have asked a very nice question. Rama sadhu stvaya prishtam prokta prayam idam punaha yavanna manasastosha tavad bhujo vishodhayet. Yes, you have asked very clearly, very nice. Tad asatyam katham bruhi yato advaitam prasiddhati sarvam cha bhranti vidyanam bhrantiya bhranti vida katham bhranti sarvasama vapi katham sat bruhi me guru. If you call this is an illusion, how can all the people get the same illusion? And we have got direct experience of everything. It is so solid, so real. So because you are telling, we are listening, but we are not accepting. So please tell us. And then the teacher says, Chitire bhave chitrayat bhasate hi bhavet sambhavet ekarupo yatha darshaha pratibimba anekadha pasya swapna vikalpado mana eva hi kevalam drashtu darshana drushyatma vaisitrena vibhatihi evam shuddhaiva sa samvid vichitrakara bhasine. Like one mind becomes everything in the dream, in the same manner, one consciousness itself becomes many. And what is this cause? Swatantraya. There is no cause. The biggest obstacle for us is we get lost in cause and effect. Cause and effect is our own mind's creation. When there is no mind, there is no cause, there is no effect. It doesn't take even a fraction of a second, 1/1,000,000th of a second, to go beyond the mind. Like, it doesn't take any time for the wife to become the woman. She is already there. So, evam shuddhaiva sa samvid. This is absolute pure conscious existence. And chite chetyamiti dveda swapne hi vibhavate alokamantarat tu andaha bhavam janati vainanu andasya avhasavanasya rupam bhati smrutau kila naiva chidare bhanem kim kutra kada vivasate. Even for the blind person, the object is recognized through some other means, by touching, by smelling, or even in the sleep, in the dream, one can experience various good or bad things. So when is this chiti, the pure conscious existence, absent? And therefore, there is no reason to doubt that when this is experience, there is a duality, and therefore the non-dual absolute is not possible. The teacher says, Yatha adarshi vina kinchit pratibim navai bhati adarsha natiriktota pratibimbo bhavet yatha. Now this principle I explained to you last time very exhaustively, that these two things try to work on it again and again. Whenever you are standing in front of the mirror, instead of trying to see how many hair are on the head, see, there was one old, what do you call, a bald person went to the barber shop, and the barber was in a Jollywood mood. So he said, "Uncle, should I cut them or count them?" And the barber said, and the customer said, "Color them." Positive thinking. So when we stand in front of the mirror, these two things should again and again practice it. That what is reflection? It is not possible to have reflection without a mirror, number one. Number two, the reflection doesn't influence the mirror. Number three, the same surface of the mirror has become everything. Now, this thing to be subjectively applied. I alone became the child, but nothing influenced me. Childhood has gone, I have not died. When the object is taken away from the mirror, there is no reflection. But that doesn't mean the mirror is disappearing. It's still there. In the same manner. Middle age has come, it has gone. I am the same. All the experiences, good or bad, they come and go. It is the same. So what will be there after our spiritual practice? Remain more and more aware about this unchanging reality. And for that, the only way is, don't take life too seriously. People are not only serious in samsara, they are also serious in meditation. They are also serious in upasana. They are also serious in doing tapasya. One should be sincere, not serious. And this sincerity can come only through wisdom. Wisdom alone can bring us to the sincerity. Not knowing this, we become extremely serious and ourselves suffer, may others suffer.